Where's Michael? Good. We have been expecting you from yesterday. We had a message from Zoom Lion group office that you were coming, and they introduced you as global entrepreneurs. So in fact, the description wasn't too clear, so my expectations were, but I'm happy to see you. I didn't know it was my own father and big brother who was coming to visit me. We just spoke, was it last month? We had a meeting last month. Okay. My name is Dr. Richard Amponsa. I'm the acting MD of Accra Compost and Recycling Plant. I do a program for your coming, and so we'll start with intro.
The Methodist University was founded by the Methodist Church Ghana, and as a tertiary institution, the Methodist in education, we are number one. And with that aim, we thought that we should, even at the tertiary level, no matter when we are coming in, represent certain uniqueness. We realize that people leave university or the tertiary education and they still feel so reliant on government or the public service. So one of the aims of the founders was, how can we make our university different from all the other universities? A university that would produce people who not only wait for employment, but would have been trained in a certain mindset to do something by themselves. So over time, the Center for Entrepreneurship Education, Research and Training was inaugurated. In fact, this was just last year. But before then, our faculty in Wenchi initiated a program which led to some collaboration between the Handong University of South Korea and the Methodist University. They teamed up with some support coming from the Korean government and UNESCO through the twinning of some universities to provide entrepreneurship education across some emerging economies, and Ghana was one. Because of our own interests and what we were able to demonstrate in the past, Ghana was chosen as the regional center for entrepreneurship education and its development for West Africa. So yes, we have the center at the university, but this same center hosts the regional global entrepreneurship program for the whole of West Africa. So in having this program, we normally have people. Last year we had about 120 people. We went to Wenchi. This is the first year that we decided to host it ourselves without any support and charge. And because people have developed free things in this country, it has actually reduced the number of people who participated. But we whatever calling that one find himself, be it in education, be it in religion, be it in compost, whatever. You really want people who have been given responsibility to train themselves in a certain way of thinking, a certain way of recognizing opportunities when they come their way, so that they could do things differently from how we normally do things. So where other people see darkness, we see light. So this is the whole thing. So apart from training our students, we have also agreed to be the people who have all facilitated for this visit to be possible. Thank you very much.
Good. are sited or situated on an 80-acre land. I'm told that we have managed to add some 40 to it, so it's 120-acre land now here at Ajin Kotoku. We need to update our lecture material, okay? Accra Compost and Recycling Plant was established in 2011 by Zoom Lion Ghana Limited as a commercial entity to undertake the receipt. So we receive waste and process and recycle solid and liquid waste to produce what we call compost, which you see when you go around, and other products for the Ghanaian and African economies. The company commenced operations in 2012 under the phase 1 of its development program called the sorting and composting plant. So we are moving from one phase to other phases. So we are currently doing the composting and sorting. We are situated on about 120 acres of land here in Ajin Kotoku. The present phase of the plant is based on the Chinese-German technology. And I would want to say that this is a public-private partnership heavily supported by the government. We get about 75, almost 80% of our revenue from government. Our vision is to be the leading waste processing and recycling organization in Africa. Okay. So like I said about our mission is to provide an effective integrated processing, managing and recycling of solid and liquid waste for economic and social good in an environmentally sustainable manner, thereby producing compost and other products for the Ghanaian and African markets. Okay. We have some values. We believe that we are responsive, we have integrity, safety and environmental consciousness. We also have professionalism. We also have excellence and teamwork. Okay. What is the challenge that called for all this? Accra today is estimated to generate over 3,000 tons of solid waste per day. Accra, the metro. And existing methods of disposal is landfill system at specified locations across. So what we know is that people just collect the solid waste and dump them somewhere, what we call the landfill system. And even with that, only 60% of the solid, which is about 1,000 liters, is left into our drains, our gutters, and so on and so forth, into the environment. And also there are challenges of limited site for these landfills as a result of rapid urbanization and strong public rejection. Okay. This is an example of places, landfill arrangement. So you see the landfill, it's an eyesore. This is landfill, okay, just rampant dumping of solid waste. This is the Abokobi landfill site. It's an eyesore, okay, with all kinds of health hazards. Look at that. Go. Look at that. Okay, with health implications and all that. So we are saying that increasing demand for sustainable environmental compliance in terms of mitigation of greenhouse effect, emission of methane gases, scavenging, indiscriminate burning, land degradation, increasing cost of landfill site management to municipal assemblies, unavailability of land for use as landfill, recycling of solid waste reduces landfill requirement constraint. So these are the challenges that called for what we are doing here. So we felt that the motivation for setting up this plant, we felt that we could give the municipalities a feasible and cost-effective alternative to just landfill of solid waste. We also felt that one of the motivations to help meet the growing demand for organic soil enhancer and fertilizer. We also felt that we could contribute to saving the environment by controlling the depletion of the ozone layer, and by so doing, the company will benefit from what we call the United Nations Clean Development Mechanism, or what we call the carbon credit. Okay. And the benefit of what we do, we believe that it will reduce the need to build landfills and incinerators. We'll save natural resources such as timber, water, minerals, and so on. It will prevent pollution associated with extraction, movement, and processing of new raw materials, save energy and related environmental degradation, reduce greenhouse gas emissions, stimulate development of green technology. So what is our process as ACAP? What we do is that we receive waste, like I said, and then we process the solid waste and convert them into compost. We recycle and then dispose of generated waste. So what is the recycling? The recycling is the process of collecting and processing materials that would otherwise be thrown away as trash and turning them into new or usable products. Okay. So let's look at the phases of ACAP, Accra Compost and Recycling Plant. What you see here, we are moving. Currently we have sorting and composting facility. When we take you around, what you see is a sorting and composting facility. We almost are done with what we call the fecal treatment plant. The fecal treatment plant is collection of liquid waste from our public toilets and our household toilets, and then treat them. So currently we have a facility down there which will take you around to see. Is almost about 75% complete. The superstructure is done, the civil works are done. We only have to do the installation of the plant, and then we are done. We'll be collecting about 1,000 cubic meter of liquid waste here, and we'll treat them. Okay, and then we also have a plant in Kumasi. Currently, we are doing a similar thing you see here in Kumasi. The superstructure is almost about 60% complete. We would have installation of plant, and then Kumasi gets ready. What we do is that we recover plastic waste. We recover plastic. In the future, we are thinking of looking at waste to energy. We are thinking of having hospital waste processing facility. We are also thinking in future into what we call e-waste processing facility. In future, we are also looking at industrial waste processing facility. Phases of our development, we are having what we call the sorting and composting plants. We treat close to 300 tons of municipal solid waste per shift, and approximately we make about 600 tons for the 2 shifts. So what it means is that each day we are almost able to process 600 tons of solid waste. We process this into what we call compost, and the compost matures in 60 days. Okay, combination of mechanical and manual sorting interventions, which you see. Currently, we have 304 people working with us as an organization. Okay, now I'm running you through our process. So you see the trucks, what we call the compactor trucks. These compactor trucks are loaded with solid waste. Okay, and they are moving to what we call the receiving bay. Okay, so they move to the receiving bay through what we call the weighing bridge. So we pass this weighing bridge. Once it settles on this weighing bridge, there is electronically recorded the weight. So this is this weighing, and then it moves on to what we call the receiving bay. So the waste is dumped there. You see, if you go around, you see the waste is then tipped here, what we call the receiving bay. And in fact, on the average, this is the characteristic of waste that we receive. We have majority of the waste that come as organic, and of course plastic. We receive glass, we receive papers, we have metals, we have textiles, we have e-waste and others. Okay, and so that is it. So move on to the next slide. So you see, this is what we call this is the receiving place. It is the payloader is loading onto what we call the uniform feeder. Okay, So that's the uniform feeder you see there, the payload that lifts the solid waste that has been dumped by the compactor trucks into the uniform feeder. Go on. And then, so that's what it's doing. And then primary and secondary sorting starts. Okay, so they are doing the sorting. So you see when you go around, you see them. The production and maintenance manager will take you around through the plant. If you don't care, he will take you around to see what we do. So that is the sorting. Okay, and then they are sorted this way. We have the plastics, we have the metals, and all of the bottles and all of that are sorted. Move on. Then we have the baling system, which it bales plastic ready for market. So that's the baling. When you go, he will show you sample. Okay, we sell them. We have markets for all these. Okay, the waste that is an eyesore on the landfills become ready for the market. Okay, then move on. And then this is organic material at the compost plant. So the waste is processed. The organic waste is processed and it is in the compost plant. Move on. We do things in an environmentally friendly manner. So you see that our chimneys are pointed up so that we are, like we said, we are environmentally conscious of what we do.
What goes on? Yes, we have I think we will wait for all of them to come.
Yes, these are the supplements. You can visit this small so you have an idea of whatever is happening.
We have cameras all around the factory that monitors most of the activities that go on here. This section here is our weighing bridge. This is the bridge. So the vehicles come and stand on the bridge. Those in there can see the weight of the vehicle. We want to know how much waste we are receiving on a daily basis. From there, it is sent to the receiving bay. This is the receiving bay where conveying.
No, go back. We didn't see anybody there. So
Yeah, so that's why you are not seeing any. But what happens is that the wheel loader picks the waste and then drops it into this unit. It's just a conveying system, and then it is fed onto another conveying system, in bits and pieces. Then from there it goes to a sorting station. There we call it the primary sorting station. With the camera so you can see. This is the primary sorting station. We have about 8 or 10 ladies.
that was the ladies wear. The ladies who were wearing the
Yes, everybody here wears masks.
okay.
So we pick out over here. We pick out organic. Sorry. We need some more.
Meanwhile, agreement, I will know.